Alright, welcome back to the Mr. Thrasha Show, Part 2 at the Canadian Museum of Nature. Check out all the stuff behind me. Better mask back up. Lots of people around. Lots of nature around. Check it out. They're taxidermied. Wow, the size of that. Yeah, the geese actually get that big. Look at that thing. It's the size of its wingspan. Yeah, that's a shithawk. Better look now at the reflection on the camera. Little birds and monstrous birds. These are as big as those pterodactyls. Look at this one, swooping in sideways. Very cool. They're all taxidermied here by Norman Bates. Norman Bates did all these. No, I'm kidding. Look at that bald eagle. Look at that. Look at the size of the wingspan on there. Get some wild winged creatures here in Canada. There's an owl way at the back. Oh, that one is big. These are huge birds. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you. Did you know that one of these bones is a real fossil of a tarsus? A foot bone. That's a foot bone. And that's from a duck-billed dinosaur. The other is a cast of the original. Which is which? Oh, this is the fake one. This is the fake one. This is definitely the real preserved bone. Right there. Another shot of this massive Tyrannosaurus. The predator of all predators. Massive Tyrannosaurus Rex. Descending again, taking you through the museum, the historical building outside here. We're in the glass enclosure still. And look at this, see, they added the glass enclosure onto the original Gothic stone building. Look at that. You can touch the stone. Coming into the room of glaciers. These kids dwelling around the polar bears in the glaciers. Yeah, we're in the glaciers now. Hey fella, how you doing back there? Trying to stay warm? These kids will climb in and out of here all day long. Any kids in there? Look, he's underwater. He's poking his little head out. This polar bear's about to eat him. Polar bear's about to eat him. That's huge. This is a... Look at that. It's about how big a polar bear is. Oh, it's real ice. You can't tell, but this is real ice. This is actual ice. That's not an actual... But look at this. This doesn't look like it. This is actual ice. I don't know how they preserve this in here. It's wet. Oh God. Oh God, what's going on? What's going on in here? Sounds of ice coming down. I'm completely enclosed in the elements. It's wet. It's cold and wet to the touch. I don't know how there's visuals on it. This is all crazy right now. There's kids coming. Get the visuals that show up on this ice. Here, look at the size of this bunny. My God. It's actually a gigantic hare. So we do get, see, behind him, that black stuff. He's left his droppings behind. He says, don't you look at me. I just left some droppings and I'm allowed to do that. This is my habitat. Out here in the Great White North. Can leave as many droppings as I so please. Yeah, it's all good, hair. You keep pooping away. In order to catch large creatures, this is a giant spear. Spearhead, size of that. Old ancient spears here. People gotta eat. People gotta eat. Wood and metal. Cool. Oh my god, look at the size of this bison. It's huge. Can you imagine the time it took to stuff that? Oh my god. He's got some stuff on his yapper he was eating. Now he's looking at me. He's looking at me, looking at him. Look at that. Do you think he's scared of these? Wolves? He's not afraid of the winter wolves. Hunting's hard work. Be careful, wolf. You're gonna become the prey. It's a massive bison. Oh my god. It's huge. There's like 4 of them. Come see these. Look at that. There's like 4 of them right over here. 4 of them in a row. They're staring down this one. What is that, a dog or a wolf? Mooses. Nieces. Or deer. Saskatchewan caribou. Caribou from Saskatoon. Look at that horn. Look at the antlers. I almost said horns. The antlers. These almost look like little horns. Those are antlers, my friend. Look at those antlers. Massive. Massive. Pretty cool. Look at these giant grizzly bears found in BC. That's how big they are. That's what it'd be like if they scoped you out. Coming right for you. Big old grizzly. Big old bear. These were at... So now in at an Arctic ground squirrel. Just roams the grounds, enjoying life. Must be a nice, peaceful life for these guys. If you're not prey. You still pooping up a storm in here, buddy? I know, you're a hare, you're a hare. I see those turds. Someone's got to clean that up. Alright, entering the water gallery. Oh, look at this thing. Look at that snout. Imagine being an animal, even if you're in water and having to live with a snout like that. Although you could just kill somebody, tail them with your giant snout. We're gonna go underneath him. Oh, we're passing through his body. His tail. There's another one right behind it. Oh my. They're living in the ocean. That's why I don't really like the ocean. I find something like that. Look at that. This is something that would be in the ocean. Look at this. I'm going to show the entire thing. So you see what I'm talking about. Look at the rib cage on this. Yeah. Those dinosaurs are pretty big. Look at the size of that. Oh my god, I don't know what the heck this is. Holy jeez. Size of this thing. Look at that spine. It's its spine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at the beluga whale. It makes them. Looking inside of this thing. Look at the spine. Wow, this is crazy. Go through this whole department. This whole area. Look at that. Exiting the other side. Oh my god. Yeah. So I don't spend much time in the ocean. A blue whale in the flesh. Look at that. Beluga. Beluga whales. I thought these things were humongous. What is this thing? Look at it. It's so big. Got all kinds of seashells. Science. Look at that thing. It's a giant vent tube worm. Ooh, these are different types of worms. Ribbon worms. Ragworms. Ew. Some people keep these things as pets. Crazy people. Dumb and Dumber got a worm farm. Come here, my little tapeworm. Come here, my little tapeworm. Look at this. The size of its paws. Well, not paws, but... Holy crap, that is nuts. And it is a blue whale skeleton. It's a blue whale collected in 1975 in southwestern Newfoundland. This was a 6-year-old female, 19 meters in length, 2.5 tons. It's got over 190 bones. That's a lot for a creature that lives in the water. You wouldn't think has that many bones, but they do. That's a friggin' whale found in Newfoundland. A real blue whale. This creature found here is a monkfish. I don't want to come across this guy either. Fishing. What if you reeled this sucker in? Whew. I gotta look over the glass. Heck of a fish. Some other models depicting the biggest animal ever. The true blue whale. The largest creature ever to live on Earth. Even bigger than a T-Rex. Fully grown adult weighs up to 136 tons. And this is about the size of a person in comparison to that whale. Look at that. These are people in comparison to these. The gentle giant. It's okay, you don't gotta worry. It's a gentle giant. These ones are here to see what it feels like when their tails move. These feel like actual whales. Touch the whale. Touch it. Touch him. Touch him. Feel him. Feel like a whale? It should. It's supposed to flap their fins. Very whaley.
This is a fish.
Very whaley. Marine animals. So many marine animals. I can't believe the size of that one. So I thought these things were big. Alright. Let's press on here. See what else they got. Oh, look at that. It's one futuristic type of ocean. Oh, look at that. Can have a real party in there. See what you see in there. Besides the pool. Look at that. These are actually sea turtles. Young sea turtles that look like plastic bags. They often mistake plastic bags for jellyfish. That's what they look like. They look like bags. Oh my goodness. It's here. Plastics. Plastics in unexpected places. It's not too unexpected. Not in the washing machine. Please don't put it in the washing machine. What they keep it in there. Huh. Which you would think would be in there. The laundry detergent. Life under a microscope. Can't get over this, staring up the blue whale's hiney and into the inside of what would be a blue whale. I wouldn't have assumed they had this many bones, so pretty wild. You're staring inside of a blue whale. But you wouldn't know it unless the sign told you. Look at the size of this fish. He's on his side. tilt the camera. Most people don't even notice him up there. Unless, of course, he fell, because he probably weighs a lot, and he's only held up on one thing there. If that fell, but no one's standing beneath it. They have a cool area, big lineup, so I'm not going to stand it, but this is where you can pet all the live water creatures, stingrays, all kinds of stuff. I don't know what's in that purple one. One level lower, here's a really up-close and personal shot of this giant globe. Hands down, the biggest globe I've ever seen. Look at this. You're gonna see nothing but globe and earth. Look at that. Staring right into the earth. This thing is huge. Look at that. Wild. Just hope it don't fall. It's being held by a rope that is tied to one of those beams right up there. It's just tied to a beam, so the beam goes, there's this giant monstrosity. This huge, majestic sphere would fall, splattering those people like pancakes. Mushy, mushy pancakes. You will hear some children behind me. I can't control that. They don't care about pictures like this. This is a wild horse skull from an endangered species. Scientists believe that the original wild horse evolved in North America over 1 million years ago. And its descendants include the domestic horse, 2 subspecies of the wild horses in Eurasia and Central Asia, and possibly many others that are now extinct. Shadowland. All the drawings I'm showing you right now reveal the shadows cast by the preserved remains of a vast number of these animals. Like over here is the gray wolf, well, a foot of a gray wolf, the largest member of the wild dog family. Adults can weigh up to 60 kilograms. Look at this. It's the skull of a wapiti. I like this one over here. A bison skull. Few things are bigger and more dangerous than a bison. Before the human settlers spread across North America, tens of millions of bison roamed from Mexico to northern Canada. But the population was wiped out by the late 1800s. The bison. Atlantic right whale. Never heard of a right whale. The North Atlantic right whale right there. These are all done by Lorraine Simmons. During my drawing research, I was surprised by the vulnerability of the specimen. I was not always prepared for the feelings of love, sympathy, respect, or awe I experienced. That's a real artist right there. Look at this. This is a mastodon. Very cool. And that, again, the longer you stare, the more you notice. Right now, you can see reflections of people walking around, but that is a mastodon head. Critically endangered. Narwhal is the name of the skull. Species here that resembles a large chicken. That's a ring-necked pheasant. A pheasant. Not a peasant, but a pheasant. A pheasant. Guess what animal would have this leg? This is a leg of an animal. What animal? You got 3 seconds to guess. It's a polar bear leg and foot. You never would have guessed. But it's a polar bear leg and foot. Very vulnerable. This right here is the skull of a walrus. A skull of a walrus. You would never think that. There's not enough data to know whether walruses are threatened as a species. Warming temperatures are undoubtedly affecting the Arctic feeding sites. But up here in Canada, we can protect them. No shortage of cold weather here. That is a walrus. This here is pretty cool. This is a skull of pronghorns. A pronghorn. This is a skull. They live in herds in the prairie grasslands of Saskatchewan, Saskatoon, and Alberta. And the longer you stare at this, you see more and more. The great horned owl. In flight. The great horned owl in flight. That's art right there. Now we're going to see types of lava rock. What's a volcano? Rocks get hotter further down in the earth and melt to form magma. Magma is less dense than the surrounding hard rock, so it rises through the cracks and crevices in the crust and erupts in the surface. There, it's called lava. Volcano is the landform constructed from the accumulation of lava and other materials that erupt with it. There are several different types of volcanoes. Look at that, pillow lava. I don't want to take a nap on that. Pillow lava. Scoria, like pumice, allows many holes or vessels. Vesicles. It's a weird word too. It's formed from gas bubbles in the lava, but it's heavier than pumice and will sink in water. This is pumice right here. And it's volcanic rock pumice. And that's filled with airspace so that floats. Showing you different types of meteorites found here on Earth from thousands of years ago. Is that Earth rock or meteorite? What is this one? Earth rock or meteorite? This is a stony meteorite on the left from the Earth's upper mantle. Earth's upper mantle. There's metallic iron in a meteorite, but this is rock. Most of the Earth's iron escaped from the mantle and collected in the core. Mantle rock doesn't contain any. Meteorite, rock. Yeah, you could come down here and look at metamorphic rocks all day. That one, foliated metamorphic rock with folding. Granitic gneiss. Really dense rocks. Man, there's a lot here. And here you see a shatter cone. This was from Sudbury, Ontario, not too far away, where you'll find the big nickel. And this was found in the surrounding rock. Shatter cones are rare rock formations identified by their conical or fan shape and radiating fracture lines. They form only when rock fractures
1.85 billion years ago.
In response to an extreme shock wave. Yeah, that's pentalandite, also found in Sudbury.
1,000 kilometers south of.
This basalt column was originally part of a great volcanic plateau. As the lava cooled, contraction occurred, with the contraction producing the distinctive column shape, the size of the basalt columns. They primarily determined by the speed of the lava cools. I'm sorry, by the speed of which the lava cools. Ooh. That's caused by sharp fragments of broken lava. This is smooth, unbroken lava from Hawaii. Volcanic bombs form when a fragment of lava ejected from a volcano cools into a solid piece of rock. Andesitic lavas. It's more pumice hardened with rhyolitic lava. It's filled with gas cavities that were created when the volcano erupted and the pressure was released. Decitic lavas produced along subduction zones. Wow. Lithium. Lithium. Black smoker with pyrite. Lots of different, more volcanic and chemical composition. Over here, basalt, gabbro, graphic granite, comatite, granite, monzonite, gabbro, ironexite. I feel like I'm in space with all these sounds here. Another unidentified form of rock and mineral. Looks like a variation of stuff. Metamorphic rocks have a lot to say to those who can read them. All minerals are stable only within certain limits. The presence of specific minerals in a rock can give us clues to what the approximate temperature and pressure which the rock formed. This guy knows what he's talking about.
It's like a mixture of
That is really pleasing to the eye. Look at this thing. Ooh. Have some fun with that. Minerals are made of elements. There's your periodic table of elements. Hey, I remember that from science class. They never just let us come to the museum and look around at this stuff in science class. It's really unfortunate. I wouldn't have not gone to class so much. I love science. Look at this. Looks like glass. That's quartz. Vitreous quartz. Blue streak. Rip out on rocks and minerals all the livelong day with your host, Mr. Thrasha. Looking in here now at some Canadian beavers doing their thing. Beavers have to live too, gnawing on that wood. They get pretty big. You don't want to mess with these fellas. They're not used to sharing their territory or being messed with. They'll mess you up. They will mess you up. Oh, look at that thing. I wish they were all real. These little eiders are so cutie. Eiders. And that's an eider egg. Their eggs are pretty big. This is how one of these prairie dogs burrows underground. That's how they stay warm. We're up here living on Earth. They're down beneath the surface burrowing. This is underwater. That's how the frogs just beneath the surface. Just see beneath the surface. Ooh, beetles. All kinds of stuff. You are a very, very tall bird, sir. Whooping crane. Very tall indeed. What are you doing? Are you presenting yourself? Don't you spray me, skunk. Why would they put that there? We don't want to look at that. Don't you dare spray me, skunk. I see that look on your face. Don't you dare spray me. Alright, got some 3 adult male thin horn sheep. Not sure what exactly these were. Someone over there was saying Billy Goat's gruff. I don't think these are goats. These are some oversized goats. Look at that. Kings of the mountains. kings, masters of their domain. This is a muskox skull. Skull of a muskox. Sheep skull. Or those thin horn sheep. Piece of antler. This is a moose skull. This is the monstrous bison skull. Oh my god. It's pretty wild. Look at that. Whole wall of skull matter and antlers. Oh yeah, you can buy your own rocks and minerals in here. Just like the ones you saw in the museum. Look at that. All kinds. But every rock has its price. I like these ones with symbols on them. Books on minerals. Science books, of course. So it's essential when you come to a museum. Look at these things. These are cool things to put on your wall. Well, especially that one. These. You can get some jams. Body creams. Body wash. You never know what you'll find in a gift shop. Give me back my dad. Give me back my dad. And ate her father. Books. Wide selection of good books. Postcards. Send someone a postcard from here at the museum. Shirts, like I said. Good selection of books here. Many books. Books on dinosaurs are really good. New Visions of a Lost World. It's a new Jurassic Park movie coming, isn't there? All right. I look forward to that. The germ files. Let them eat dirt. Get some of these. Yep, buy your own fossils. Fossil sand dollar. It's Jurassic. It's like we just stepped back into the museum. I like that little orb there. Pretty cool. So you can walk away with your own souvenir minerals if you want to pay, and a lot of them really aren't that expensive. Really. I mean, that one right there, $400. This one over here, only about 20. Cool. Gems of the world. Thought those were snakes at first. Alright, this little girl thinks I'm crazy. Which I am. That's a little bit of what you'll find inside the Nature Boutique. Right there. Do what I can. So, about time to take our leave. They also have a cafe here, not open. Ridiculous. I don't know why they say the restrictions are lifted, but they're not. You still can't eat, still gotta wear a mask. You're still limited on many things except for being close to people, so kind of surprised. Lots of cool paintings here. Pictures. Look at that. He reeled in. Real big fish. Oh, this guy slaughtered a few. That's all today from the Museum of Nature. Remember to like, remember to subscribe. Eating a peanut butter sandwich here. I gotta take my leave from the Victoria Memorial Museum. Please like, please subscribe. Much more of everything coming. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, subscribe and I'll let you know when a new episode goes up. Never know what we're gonna be doing on the Mr. Thrasha Show. All right, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for coming along.